everyone. Don't mind the life going on in the background, but I wanted to get this video done. This video has been on my to-do list for a very long time. It's kind of an exciting thing. So this is something that we discovered going down a rabbit hole. This is a patent from like, what, 100 years ago? Yeah, 100 years ago. And it goes over the idea of pleating while you're smocking, or smocking while you're pleating. Like, you do all of it at once. So the gist of it, and I will have this patent as a download on my website, but you can kind of see how the gist of it, like, you can see where they're going with it, okay? So if we take a look at the diagram, if we take a look at the diagram, you can see that, you know, line 2 corresponds with line 11 because it's got all these dots that are just in a line of itself. And so it's going to make a cable stitch if you alter your threads. And you can see like line 6 and 7 together make this 12 and 13. You know, you can see the trellis and then the little stitch over and then the next trellis, and you can see how that's going to do that, okay? And so really for every dot that you're seeing on this figure 1, you're really going to actually take 2, your needle's going to go in and out. And I'll kind of explain how to do this. I've never gone through this, but I have a gist of how it's going to work, and so we can run through it together. Now you can see that 11 down here corresponds with 4, but then if you take 5, that corresponds with 15. And like I was saying, if you alter, you're going to get the cable stitch. But if you keep your thread all up or all below, then you're going to get like the stem or the outline stitch. So I thought it'd be cool just to run through it. I have a scrap piece of imperial broadcloth. It needs ironing. We're just going to go with it. Imagine that it's ironed and my life is not a hot mess. I keep moving this video back and back and back, and we're actually about to head out the door in about 5 minutes, and I thought I just need to sit down and film it and get her done. So these dots right here are going to vary on the size of pleats that you want. They actually look very close together to me, and maybe that was the style 100 years ago, who knows. But let's just do a row, and that will be like a cable or a stem or an outline, and I'll show how that varies. And then the other thing is that you can do a trellis. They've got a trellis here. Let's just do a couple things of that. Okay, I'm just very quickly going through this. Like I said, we're about to head out the door, but I have been pushing this off and off on my calendar for about 3 months. And I was like, just sit down and just do it. So I'm using some blue pearl cotton. It's right next to me, and I thought it would show up well in the video, and here we are. Y'all will get the drift from it, okay? So let's come up. I'm just going to tie a knot in the end just to like not worry about it. And like I said, for every dot, you're going to go in and out twice. You know, so the dot is going to be centered more or less about your entry points. And then if you alter your needle, or sorry, if you alter your thread, you see how I'm altering my thread. So right now it's down, and then now it's above my needle, and you can do one more. Now it's going to be down, and you can see how it's creating the cable stitch because I'm alternating my thread. Now if I were to keep my thread all up, okay, this will give me, I think it's called the outline, but the outline and the stem are one and the same. They're just the opposite of each other. So if we keep it all up, they're going to get stacked on top of each other, and they're kind of going to do this really pretty little, like, kind of like rope-like look. I have all these stitches in my updated how to smock video. I also have them in my original smocking video, how to smock video, but that one's a hot mess. Of course, it has the most views I've ever had on YouTube because it's the hottest mess of the video that I've ever created. Did I get that out right? Does that make sense? So, okay. So here we are. You know, you can see it's all stacking above. Equally, I could do it so it's all below. My thread's all below. And something like that, and it will give the same sort of rope-like look, just slanted the other direction. Again, I'm just going in and out on that point, having my needle centered. And it's kind of neat, right? It's sort of like I don't think it's going to replace my smocking pleater, but it's a kind of neat effect, especially if you're doing something with a very small amount of pleating to it. Maybe you've got like the pleating just in the middle of an A-line jumper. That would be really, might be a good alternative. Or if you are somebody who doesn't have a pleater and you just want to give it a go, it's kind of a neat idea. So this then would be the trellis, and however many, you know, little dots in between is however many steps you're taking. So here, let's just do our first stitch up here, and then our next stitch is going to be down here, and that's going to give the you know, one over, and then this is going to give the little cable stitch across, and then we're going to go up to the top of the trellis, like the little wave, and then it's going to go the cable stitch across the top of the wave at the peak, and then again trail back down. So I guess it's really a wave stitch, isn't it? And then it's going to go over a cable stitch. But if you had instead of there just being two, you know, you have the two dots up here and then it goes down, if you would have had some dots in between here, that's how you would get like your 1-step or your 2-step or your 3-step trellis, or etc., etc. However many dots you have in between where that peak of the wave is and the like little cable that transitions over is how many steps you would have in that wave, or sorry, steps you would have in that trellis. So isn't that neat? You can literally pleat as you smock, or smock as you pleat. That's kind of a neat thing, isn't it? Like I said, I have this as a download on my website if you want to give it a go and kind of look at it. It's a little piece of history. It's 100 years old as of next year. As next May, it'll be 100 years old. So give it a go and see what you think about it. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time.